So for the phase 2, which is our practice phase or the job embedded learning, our participants shall engage in job-embedded professional practice primarily through structured coaching and mentoring provided by the STO or RO. So one of the highlight activity of the phase 2 po is that you will match our NASH PDI participant with a coach from your STO. So of this po kasi this will be the backbone of phase 2 yung coaching and mentoring session natin. And then many quality assured or STO-led learning sessions may be conducted. However, the absence of such sessions shall not preclude progression, providing that structured coaching and mentoring are in place. So, for this phase 2 po, we know na you have initiatives from your or STO. In terms of the PDI, paglabas pa lang po ng ating NASH results ay kayo pong mga field implementers ay nag-create na po na inyong mga PDI or professional development interventions for our aspiring school heads. So, we acknowledge ko na there are already learning sessions or activities like this that are in place. So, we honor po na you are conducting this. However, if you don't have any other learning sessions conducted in your respective STO or RO, it's okay with us po. But we will request po the RO and STO to focus on the coaching and mentoring part of our NASH PDI participant. And the coaching focuses on the progressive development and refinement of outputs that collectively lead to a fully implementable workplace application plan. So later on in our coaching sessions with our coach and the NASH PDI participant, there will be discussions about their developmental areas. For example, yung weakest domain nila is the domain 1. So they need to discuss it with their coach how to address the certain developmental area and then outline their WAP or the application plan that they can do for phase 3. That's right. So earlier I also mentioned that our STRRO are implementing the learning session. So meron po kayo yung mga learning sessions in your own STRRO. So if you have learning sessions, so these are the suggested outputs per domain to support the WAP development. Domain 1, for dealing strategically, yung suggested outputs po natin are action plan, policy analysis, reflective video, written leadership statement. For domain 2 naman, we have the managing school operations and resources. Your suggested outputs are basic digital tracking to temporary risk mitigation strategies, school guide, checklist on transparency and accountability. For domain 3, on teaching and learning, your suggested outputs are observation and reflection and feedback tool, classroom observation, coaching schedule, targeted intervention plan. And for domain 4, on developing self and others, your suggested outputs are professional development plan, coaching and mentoring mechanism, leadership reflection through VOG or POPATS. And for domain 5, on building connections, your suggested outputs are stakeholder engagement roadmap or matrix, stakeholder communication plan, and or advocacy campaign. So please take note for that the suggested outputs are not really required for our NASH plan. So this is just required if you have or suggested if you have learning sessions in place for your division or our RO. Okay? Sige, so tingnan din natin sino po ang qualified. It could be an STO assigned coaches. So these are the eligible position for the coach of our NASH PDI participants. So first, pwede po school district supervisors natin. So we can tap them to be one of the coaches. And another, we can also tap our education program supervisors for ating mga EPS and our principals 2 to 4. Ayan, so pwede na po natin i-maximize yung ating mga principals 2 to 4 because they have already they already have the experience in handling this. We next part. And so a coach must be a concurrent school principal 2 to 4 or have previously served as a full-fledged school head for at least years. Ayan, so this is our minimum qualification as well. So dapat po niya-assign natin P2 hanggang P4 ay nag-serve po ng 5 years in their position. And secondly, have been recognized for exemplary performance as a school head with demonstrated contributions to instructional leadership and school management. And so alam ko po yung ating mga principals have recognized po in other aspects of their leadership. So that would be better po as to become one of our burger coaches. Have a proven track record in mentoring or coaching at the school or district level. Ayan, so medyo si Ma'am napapatunayan na he or she is really effective in coaching our school heads. And lastly, participated in the training of coaches and mentors and served by necessary as part of the coaching pool. So I know that all of you are aware na meron po kaming mga na-run na mga training of coaches and mentors for our field implementers. So if they are already part of the pool of the coaches, mas plus point experience namin to part of the NASH PD. Next part. Ayan, so all coaches and mentors shall demonstrate strong communication, facilitation, coaching, and mentoring competencies appropriate for adult and professional learning. Also exhibit a strong commitment to support the professional growth and leadership readiness of aspiring and incumbent school heads. Undergo orientation, training, calibration, and continuously rigorous activities recorded under the NASH PDI. And lastly, be officially endorsed by the regional director or authorized representative using the prescribed endorsement template. Ayan, so napaka-importante po na endorse or signed po by our regional director yung ating mga coaches for the NASH. Okay, so this is the coach endorsement and acceptance form. So we'll be flashing on screen po yung ating nilagay doon sa enclosures, ating guidelines. So dito po, lalagay po ng details ng ating coach and then yung position nila. And then magsasubmit po siya sa SBS at ipapasign kay SBS itong endorsement form na and na-i-accept naman po ng ating mga coaches. So this endorsement form will be submitted to the central office. So si regional office na lang po yung magko-consolidate nitong endorsement form natin. Another po. And so we also have our coaching contract. Sige, next slide po tayo. Coaching contract no, for our coaches. So we know na this is the task for our coaches, our EPS, PSDS, and principals. So we would like to have our coaching contract po para at least ma-support and also ma-protect din yung relationship ng ating NASH PDI and coaches. So kindly read all of this information na lang and then signify your, have your signature na participant at ng coach at isasubmit din po ito kay DAP Central Office. So we would also like to request our regional offices to consolidate this coaching contract. Okay, next po tayo. Ayan, so for our enclosure 6, so naglagay po kami sa endorsed list of coaches for NASH PDI. So dito po, this is a letter or memo to our top management to MAYAP Central Office. So you will be including here, yung categories natin first is the in PPSSH standards in 3 domains. Sino yung coach? Ano positional coach? Tapos sino yung i-coach niya? Yung name ng NASH PDI participant. Like yung coach and then yung target domain or yung weakest domain ng ating participant. And same goes with developmental areas. And for the last part of our phase 2, so we will be flashing on screen yung inyong coaching toolkit. So this is to inform our regional implementers and STO implementers. Now we have created a coaching toolkit for our coaches and mentors. So they will be guided po with the coaching prompts and questions that they need to facilitate the discussion with our NASH PDI participants. So meron po kami doong dalagay ng mga coaching approaches and strategies din na nakapaloob ito sa coaching toolkit, and we will surely share this po sa inyong mga taga-region at mga SBO, and we will conduct a separated orientation for our coaches and camp cards. Okay? Now, okay na po ba tayo for the phase 2? Thumbs up po muna. Thumbs up po tayo if everything is clear for phase 2. So yung tatandaan po natin for phase 2, we will have the coaching and mentoring or the coaching sessions with our NASH PDI participants. And if you have RO or STO-led learning sessions, pwede niyo pong gawin. And so please. Ayan, so please also take note na during phase 2, our workplace application plan will be drafted. So dapat po in the coaching sessions with our coaches and NASH PDI participant, nakapag-draft na po sila ng kanilang WAP, and then for signatory, and then for phase 3 will be for the implementation phase na po. So phase 3 is the application phase or the workplace application. It is intended exclusively for participants identified as having developmental areas. Ayun. So, lahat ko ng ating mga participants who are part of the category na meeting PPSSH standards in 3 domains or quote-unquote tinatawag natin na ACB na end na sa phase 2 yung kanilang surety. So, they can be certified by the NASH Central Office. However, for our with developmental areas or quote-unquote yung ating mga taxi, you will proceed to the phase 3, which is the implementation of your workplace application plan. Okay, so participants shall implement the WAP developed during phase 2 in their respective workstations aligned with their priority competency gaps and with continued guidance from the assigned coach. Participants shall prepare a WAR documenting the implementation process, progress, outputs, outcomes, and lessons learned. So, during this phase, after they implement their WAP, they will also draft their WAR as a documentation na natapos na nila at na-accomplish na nila yung kanilang project. And then the completed WAP and WAR shall be reviewed, validated, and certified by the SDS or the Division Superintendent. Ayan, so, seeing the pong process natin for the WAP and the WAR, it should be signed by our Schools Division Superintendent. So this is the phase or curriculum now at application plan. So ginawa po namin na blue yung kanyang features para distinct siya from the WAR. So we can also give you the copy of our WAP. Mamaya, ibibigay po yung ating drive for the original or SDO implementers drive. So makikita again doon yung ating WAP and WAR templates. And so ito po yung ating WAP. And then, for the WAR, next po. Ayan, sige, so blue ang ating WAP and then yung WAR ay green. Okay, so to summarize, is the phases 2 and phases 3, no? So next slide po tayo. So yung ating phases 2 and phase 3 will be implemented by our STO and RO focus. So, yung focus po ng ating phase 2 is more on the coaching support. So, napakalaki po bibigay na support ang ating mga coaches and mentors for this part. So, this is the phase practice phase, and for phase 3, the application phase. And so, I hope you were able to get the all of the information for phases 2